I'd like to welcome everyone here to attending the Glenwood Lakes Area Chamber Annual Meeting and Community Awards Luncheon. My name is Chris Johnson. I am the 2012 Chamber President for this year. Each year during our annual meeting, we hope to accomplish a few different objectives. We take a few minutes to recognize our retired board members, review the past year of Chamber activity, present the financial statements, and then move into our Community Awards portion of the program. Let me start with a few introductions of who's going to be presenting the program today along with me. We have Greg Ohl, our first Vice President and President-elect for 2013. Justin Bizey, who's our second President and President-elect for 2014. Kirk Stensrud, who is the immediate past President, having served as last year's President. And then Scott Formo, who's our Executive Director. Thanks, guys. To begin with, I would like to recognize our immediate past president, Mr. Kirk Stensrud, who served as president during 2011. During his year as president, Kirk led the chamber through the strategic planning process, helping to guide our board and staff in directions that we feel are most important. Served as the chair for our beautification committee, which is now morphed into our CCI committee and became a much larger project. Ensured the success of many of the chamber initiatives by encouraging and maybe expecting his employees at Glacial Ridge Health System to get involved, volunteer their time, and also help financially support our community efforts. Kirk also showed us on the board what it is to be a leader as a president and to get people energized and in charge of staying active. So I'd like to thank you, Kirk, for showing us what to do as president and the leadership you've shown the 2011 Chamber Board. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me congratulate Mr. Kirk Stensrud.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah, I've got about 7 months left on the Chamber Board. I'll be serving as ex officio as past president, but I've thoroughly enjoyed my time on the Chamber Board and the last year as Chamber President, and it's really fun to see all the things happening and the progress that's being made. And I just made a little list, and I don't want to steal anybody else's thunder later on here when we talk, but some of the highlights for me, one of them is the beautification committee that we started and really focusing on just trying to take care of all the little things in our community that can spruce things up and just make it look a little better. And like Chris mentioned, that has turned into now, or what spun off from that is the CCII project, which is probably one of the biggest things that'll happen in our community in many years. And it's going to be a major challenge, and it's going to take a lot of teamwork from the businesses, the community, the city, the county, and but so far the meetings have been going really well, and we're really looking forward to hopefully seeing that whole project come together. Some other highlights: the Welcome to Glenwood signs were put up, the new trees and planters on Minnesota Avenue, which we've had a lot of good comments about that. I think people were really looking to see something in that area. Presently, we have virtually, other than maybe just one building, I think just about every building on Main Street have some kind of business in them. So that's great to see. And I know all of you have noticed that over the past several months, we're seeing all types of growth and investment in local businesses. And expansions or remodeling or what have it. So things are definitely looking good in that regard. Next, I would like to present the following, or I'd like to introduce the following people for recognition of their service on the Chamber Board. And these are board members that retired December 31st, 2000. Margie Huerkamp, representing Pomida. Having served on the board for 3 years, Margie was instrumental in raising the bar for community support by our local businesses by serving as a consistent supporter of the events, activities, and generous donations to our community, many times out of her own pocket versus that of the store. Please join me in thanking Margie Huerkamp. Next we have Geri Krueger, representing the family and individual memberships on our board. Having served on the board for 3 years, Geri was one that would bring a new and sometimes different perspective to the chamber board meetings. Geri is one of those people that wear many hats in our community, serving as a Rotarian on several boards and just volunteering her time and energy whenever she can. You could never really predict which hat Geri would tackle an issue wearing, but you could always count on her to wear the most important hat that she felt comfortable wearing, always bringing something to the discussions and decisions of the board. Join me in thanking Geri. We also have Greg Ohl, representing Minnewaska Area School District on our board. Having served on the board for 3 years, Greg, like Geri, wears several hats in the community. Most importantly, as superintendent of the local school district, he helped to bridge a gap between the chamber, communities we serve, and the school district. Greg was instrumental in helping to further expand our events and activities by opening the doors to the school buildings and allowing the public to enjoy many events, but also felt that it was a great way for the school district to become more engaged. He regularly encouraged school district staff, students, and families to get more involved in the community, and we are starting to see a new emergence of volunteers and activities because of efforts such as this. Join me in recognizing Greg Ohl. We also have Craig Olson. There he is. I knew he was here somewhere. Craig, can you come up and say a few? No, I'm just kidding. Craig Olson, representing Glenwood State Bank. Since our chamber presidents are privileged to serve an extra year on the board, he officially ended his term of office on December 31st, 2011. During his year as the immediate past president, Craig raised the bar by serving the entire year, right down to the last few days of 2011. During the week of Christmas, you probably saw him as a wise man or king in the chamber's magical Christmas in Glenwood Living Nativity. He was influential in bringing more chamber social events, the Chamber Cup Golf Tournament, and most recently our magical Christmas in Glenwood. I know that we take pride in the fact that each and every one of these events brought the chamber into a new level of community involvement, making events that are family friendly and fun for all. Join me in recognizing Craig.